Hi guys, today I'm with Limo. We are walking in Tallinn, getting to the old town, and I'm gonna ask him a few questions on his role as a dating coach.
Sure, let's do it.
So, what made you get into dating coaching in the first place?
I got into that basically when I was 19 out of college, and my whole life I was pretty good at like social circle building. I had friends when I was in high school, stuff like that. But the problem is when I arrived in Canada, I didn't know anyone, I didn't have any friends, I didn't have any connections there, and I had to build a completely new social circle from scratch, which was really hard for me at the time. And I found myself struggling with girls in college, although I was pretty good looking. I was in one of the best business school in Canada. I don't know why I just couldn't approach girls that I wanted to approach. And I mean, when I was drunk, like if I go to a nightclub and I get drunk, of course I can approach, but I wanted to have that ability, that superpower to be able to walk up to any girl I wanted and just have the confidence to do it without relying on alcohol or stuff like that. And that's what I wanted to learn. And so I started developing that skill, just reading books in the beginning, watching videos on YouTube and stuff like that. And then it's a bit of noise, but then I got mentored by a few guys actually in Canada and in the US. And that really changed my life. Like my first bootcamp that I did with one of my mentors absolutely changed my life and the way I viewed dating as a whole. And then, years went by and I kept learning and kept progressing and kept putting action. And, after a few years, I started getting really good. And that's when I started, hosting little workshops and seminars and helping my friends. And then, it grew into a movement now. And now we have a worldwide community of guys that are actively dating, actively improving their lives. And that's what I do full time now. I've been able to travel the world and I've been fortunate to help a lot of entrepreneurs do that as well, a lot of professionals to just level up their dating lives. So, yeah.
Thank you, Limo. So that's really interesting to get his experience. As we can see, it started with a experiment and then developed like to friends and then more like a network that you grow yourself. I wanted to know if you like kind of have ever coached someone who later really surprised you with that transformation.
Yeah, I remember there was a guy called Manny, and that guy, he was a virgin at 33 years old.
Interesting.
And I rarely have a case like that. Like most guys, they usually had a girlfriend once or got laid at least once in their lives. But that guy actually was a virgin at 33. All his life, he struggled with bullying and limiting beliefs and just like a lot of trauma and a lot of, you know, just a lot of assumptions about women that were completely false. And he had so many negative beliefs and negative childhood traumas that he couldn't get himself to have healthy, positive, behaviors around women. And so I had to coach him and I had to really train his subconscious to become someone new. I mean, he had to really develop a new identity and a new beliefs for himself. And I had the chance to coach him live in Vienna when he came to Vienna with me. And the first night, he was literally shaking to approach girls. Like he was shaking, almost crying. Like I wanted to make him approach girls, and he was almost crying. And then the second night it went better, and he actually made out with a girl in front of me the second night. And now actually he has a girlfriend now. 3 years later, actually, that was in 2022. But now 3 years later, he has a girlfriend, and he's pretty happy. He's pretty happy, and that's a pretty good transformation. Like from a virgin, from having nothing to now having a girlfriend and getting better. And I have so many clients that actually got married or got engaged after working with me. Not because I don't want to take all the credit for it because they also put in the work, but I definitely contributed to a lot of their growth, I think. And yeah, it's pretty cool to know that this works.
Interesting, and congratulations on that one. I think you really step up Manny's life. And if a guy were to look at, like watching us today, and is feeling lost in dating, where should he get started?
So yeah, if a guy is feeling lost today and is watching this, first don't give up because I mean, you just need the right systems and the right actions. And honestly, if you pair the right actions with the right mindset, you'll get success. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not rocket science. Like you're a man, there's women, and if you position yourself the right way and you know how to communicate your value properly, you can make something happen. I mean, look, I mean, if you're homeless right now and you don't have a job and your life sucks and you still live at your mom's basement, like, of course, you're gonna have very limited success. Like, you need to obviously improve your value first, become the type of man that women are looking for, become the type of man that women desire and other men admire. And if you're that type of guy, a guy that, other women desire and other men admire, and you have good attributes and you're working on yourself, then all you have to do is communicate more, like put yourself out there, like approach more women, go on those dating apps. I mean, actually, I teach Instagram. Instagram is better. And start building those skills, start putting yourself out there. Now, probably you'll need someone to help you with that. Either you need to have a really good wingman, or you're gonna have to force yourself to go out alone, but it's hard to do it alone, You could go out by yourself and do it by yourself, but it's very hard. So either you find good wingmen, people you can go out with consistently and train yourself to do it, or you need good coaches around you. And that's what I did. I did both, actually. I had really good wingmen and also had really good coaches. But yeah, you need to put the right actions in place, the right systems. I teach a lot of different systems, like cold approach systems. That's a way to approach women in real life, whether in the street, at the grocery store, at the gym, or Instagram. So Instagram is actually a really good system to get dates with Instagram that I teach. A lot of my clients have results with it, and I got a lot of results with it. I still use it till this day. Like, I always use my Instagram system. Even this weekend, we went out, and I used my Instagram system a lot to get some girls. Now there's social circle systems, stuff like that. There's so many things that I teach, but you just need a system in place. And I have a lot of free resources. Check out my free resources in the description. But yeah.
Do you think a woman can actually feel when a guy is high value, even before he speaks?
Yeah, I think, there's a famous saying that, body language is leadership at first sight. And actually, one interesting fact about communication is that 93% of communication is actually nonverbal. It's actually what you don't say matters more than what you say. She's gonna decide whether she wants to fuck you or not in the first 5 minutes, like based on how you behave, based on, how you walk, how you talk, your energy. So yeah, I mean, you need a good body language to make the right first impression. You only get one chance to make the first impression. And it's super important, like how you dress, how you walk, your smile. I always say to guys, like, you gotta smile on the opener. Always smile when you open a girl, and always have a positive, upbeat attitude. But also, like, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're wearing a Rolex and you're wearing like some designer clothes and stuff like that, women can see that, okay, this guy maybe has money. Now, you don't want to overdo it though. If you have like a ton of logos and shit like that, it's not gonna look good. But if you have like subtle stuff, like maybe you have a subtle luxury watch, or you dress really well, women are gonna feel like, okay, yeah, this guy might be high value. But also, yeah, it's definitely the way you speak, your eye contact, your voice, like your tonality, your voice, and everything matters so much as well. Because you can talk in a way that's very, in a way that's like seeking validation, or you can talk in a way that's very authoritative, dominant, challenging. So there's different ways to talk as well with your voice. Your voice is actually one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal if you want to seduce as well. So yeah.
Thank you. And what would be something that you think like women never admit, but that that is true from dating, like coaching over like 1,000 men?
Yeah, I think women are always going to say that they want the nice guy, the guy who's caring, the guy who's always going to be there for them, and the guy who's like nice and whatever. But actually, I think most girls also like guys who are kind of jerks, like just guys who don't give a shit, guys who are a bit like playboys and just not emotionally available, and just like, like women don't admit that they like players sometimes and they like jerks, but I think they do in some way. I think there's something attractive about it. And women don't want the perfect boyfriend, I think. When it's too perfect, when there's no drama and jealousy and stuff like that, no tears and stuff like that, then I feel like, yeah, it's lacking emotions. And the worst thing you can do to a woman is to bore her. Like, you can't bore a woman. It's better to actually give her negative emotions, than to bore her with only positive emotions. So yeah.
Thank you. What would you say would be different from being positive and attractive, going to women, but not being creepy? How do you manage that?
What do you mean?
Like when you go and approach a woman, some men can come a bit awkward or they can come off a bit like,
Yeah.
a bit weird sometimes.
Yeah, the way you come across as smooth is to always approach women as soon as you notice her first. Because if you're that type of guy who waits like 5 minutes next to a girl before approaching her, it's gonna give that creepy vibe, you know? Like you don't wanna hover around the girl before approaching her. Like there's a famous rule, the 3 second rule. You know the 3 second rule? Have you heard of it? It's a rule like you have 3 seconds. As soon as you see a girl, you have 3 seconds to just decide whether you're gonna approach her or not. Because if you just hover around and you wait, that's when she's gonna notice like, fuck, this guy is like hesitant, and then he comes, like it feels weird. So you really wanna be quick to approach. That's the first thing. Second thing is, you never want to reveal your interest level too soon. Like you never want to say, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so cute, blah, blah, blah. Like it's too much. And women don't like that. I mean, they like that, but not in a way that you think. But I think you should definitely leave a bit of mystery and don't reveal your interest level right away. Like just say, hey, you seem interesting, or hey, you caught my eye, I want to say hi, something like that. But just don't be too upfront to compliment her too soon, especially not on her beauty. Don't compliment women on their beauty right away, I think. Like just compliment them on something external than them, not like their beauty directly. And just stuff like that,
Okay, thank you.